the Arsehole of Zeus. Old Jupiter once called a council of gods to settle a question which kept them at odds. And there came to Olympus both great gods and small, deified mortals and goddesses all. To question was how to make mortals abstain from delights of the flesh and unlustful remain. And each of the gods had a plan of his own, which he came to expound before Jupiter's throne. Or Neptune had known all, the god of the fish. Furthermore remarked the boo and was hurled to say pish. For time out of mind it's been everywhere known that the meat that is sweetest is nearest the bone, and he claimed that it's utterly useless to try to keep them from scragging away on the sly. First Vulcan arose and had out his say. I'm sure that my plan is the easiest way. Fit long iron spikes around the parts of the male, so that all his attempts at coition shall fail. It's crude, he allowed, but I think it'll do. You're right, bellowed Neptune. You kiss my arse too. Minerva to battle would send all the men, engage them in conflict, and so she said then, arranged by her magic and mystical arts, to have them all hacked in the genital parts, till there wasn't a ball that a sword blade would hit. Well, Neptune laughed hoarsely and shouted out, shit. Then Jupiter arose to divulge his great way of all the wise counsel we've heard here today. My own is the safest and wisest and best, and you'll deem it, I'm sure, in advance of the rest. But here all the gods got a hell of a shock, for nasty old Neptune had hauled out his cock. God Venus half naked and flat on her back, he was soaking his Roger like hell up her crack. They all yelled together, and Castor and Pollux grabbed hold of old Neptune by the beard or the bollocks, the prick or the arsehole, then didn't care which, and threw out the rotten old son of a bitch. When the noise had subsided, old Jupiter tried to take up his plan where he'd laid it aside, but try as he might to explain or expound to the wandering deities gathered around, he could only see Venus stretched out on the floor with her pink plait switching away for some more. So he got his cock and he rushed and had a run, pulled her down by the boobies and scragged her like fun. The other gods all followed suit at the sight, and the goddess she got such a wailing that night, that the spattering fluid spread o'er the sky, and the Milky Way shows it quite plainly to the eye. But nasty old Neptune, who started the rumpus, was down by the sea raising hell with a grumpus, and calling the mermaids to come turn about and be screwed in their turn while his pecker was out. For his dawn was as hard as the heart of a flint, and good for 12 hours he was without stint. And he cried as on each of their bunches he'd fall. But the Arsehole of Zeus, I was right after all. Anonymous from Cambridge.